the demographics of developed countries such as Japan, the United States, the United Kingdom, and the countries of the European Union are changing. Decreasing fertility rates lead to a negative trend in population growth. The share of people in the population aged 65 and above is increasing, while life expectancy is rising. But what does that mean for the economies of developed countries? This video will especially focus on the deflationary effect of demographic change and how monetary policy is less effective in stimulating the economy.
A population that is proportionally becoming older will become increasingly unwilling to consume, including big buys such as new cars, household appliances, or booking holidays. An economy which experiences less consumption as a percentage of GDP will have relatively lower marginal propensity to consume than an economy which prefers spending. This has direct effects on the economy, such as the fact that a lower consumption, meaning more saving, implies also a lower economic growth in the short run. We're now going to showcase this relationship between demographics and consumption levels. In Japan in 2018, 27.6% of the population was above 65 years, which is predicted to increase to 40% by the year 2060. In the UK in 2018, 18.4% of the population was 65 years and above. And in the Philippines in the same year, the population of those 65 and more was only 5.1% of the whole population. Japan and the UK are examples of two developed countries with clearly aging populations, whereas the Philippines is less developed and is yet to experience the demographic change of an elderly population. When comparing the consumption levels of the three countries, it becomes clear that indeed the Philippines' domestic consumption is considerably higher than the consumption in the Japan or UK, whereas differences between Japan and the UK are less pronounced. Indeed, the Philippines' domestic consumption constituted a high 73% of its GDP in 2018, and the highly saving Japan had a domestic consumption totaling to a mere 56% as a percentage of GDP in 2018. Whereas the UK had a slightly higher 65% in the same year. As we have just established, with an elderly population, likely in a developed country, there will be less consumption, implying less economic growth in the short run. This reasoning also applies to other developed countries too.
The reduction of transactions resulting from the saving behavior of aging economies is responsible for the similar falling in money velocity in both the UK and Japan. From 2000 to 2015, money velocity fell by nearly 55% in the UK and around 73% in Japan. Taking the money supply as a stable variable, this entails a general fall in the average price level within the economy.